Hey y'all, Georgia here. Welcome to Yoga for Athletes. I hope you've had a good day so far and your weather is as beautiful as it's been here in Georgia. So, back up my mat a little bit. There we go. So, all right. So, tonight's intention is going to be something that I feel like I've been dealing with the past week. So, it's nothing really, that is. Well, it's something that you deal with. I think everyone deals in life. It's sitting with the uncomfortable, and it does not have to be something that means like sitting in a comfortable posture or sitting in a comfortable position or anything like that in yoga. It has to do, for me, more. It has dealt with sitting with uncomfortable emotions, uncomfortable feelings, and uncomfortable place in my body where I was dealing with things that I thought I'd already dealt with. And through the power of yoga, for me, it has helped reveal those things and allowed me to see those things even more. Not just yoga, but with something greater than myself. And for that, I'm eternally grateful. So tonight, for the intention, I really want you to just really focus in on maybe there's something that you've been dealing with over the past weeks or months or something that you kind of wanted to shy away from. You haven't really wanted to face it. You haven't wanted to look at it because it's kind of ugly and maybe a truth about yourself that you don't want to look at. And it's hard to look at. I really just want you to allow yourself to maybe embrace that. Embrace where you are today on this journey. Embrace that, that maybe that is a part of you. Maybe that is something that's happened on your journey in this life. And it's okay. And it's okay to be in that space. And it's okay not to feel 100% all the time. Because we're humans. We're never going to be perfect. I have to drop that for myself because I have a lot of times I get this high expectation of myself that I should be perfect. So I'm not. In case you're wondering. It doesn't happen. So I just really want you to tap into that. And if you're not experiencing anything like that, feel free to maybe, as we're in these postures, if you start feeling like the need to move or, reposition, but just maybe allow that discomfort and allow yourself to push into it. And I'm not saying to allow yourself to be in pain, but maybe there's a time for you to push through something that you need to maybe allow yourself to go past the point where you need to maybe get a little bit further into posture. There's always that place. There's always that good meeting your edge, but never in a place of pain. So understand that. I always use my intention. Don't use my intention. It's up to you. This is your class. I am just here to guide it. So to begin, as always, we will start in Sukhasana, softening the gaze and closing the eyes to connect to our breath. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale. Exhale, let it all go. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Stay here for a few more rounds on your own. Setting and feeling any intentions if you choose to have them. 3 more breaths here. And drop it into your space. Flutter the eyelashes open. And come back into your space. So from here, what we're going to do is come into a few seated cat-cow. So we're going to take the hands around the fronts of the knees. We'll relax the shoulders away from the ears. And on the inhale, we'll gaze up towards the ceiling, really lengthening up through the spine, grounding down to the sitting bones. And then on the exhale, really round to the spine, drop the chin towards the chest on the exhale. Now inhale, gaze up towards the ceiling. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, really grounding down to the sitting bones. Gaze up towards the ceiling, lengthen to the collarbone. Exhale, round to the spine, chin to chest. 2 more like that. So inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale. Inhale to sit up tall once again. From here, we're going to take the right hand outside of the right hip, or you can come down to that right elbow, placing the right hand onto the mat. Just try to do your best to keep this left hip tacked down if you are taking the option of having the right elbow and right hand down onto the mat. You'll inhale, lift the left arm up, take it up and over past the left ear. Roll the left shoulder back and down. Open up through the chest for 1, 2, lengthen through that left hand, really stretching it far. Breathe deeply. Relax that left shoulder. Make sure you're not collapsing in the chest. On the inhale, rise up. Exhale when you get to the top. Switching sides, so left elbow comes down. If you'd like to, or left hand down to the mat, whichever option you choose. Then you do come down on the elbow again, really tight that right hip down. Make sure you're not, really coming up in that right hip. Press the left hand into the mat. You'll inhale, lift the right arm up. Take it up and over, right palm face down. Roll that right shoulder back. Open up through the chest. For 1. You can even gaze up towards the fingertips. For 2. Really breathing deeply. Relax through the jaw. Relax that right shoulder. Use that right elbow to press away from the mat so you don't collapse in the left shoulder. You should feel this stretch all the way from the back of that right tricep all the way to the top of that right hip. Take about 3 more deep breaths here. We'll inhale, rise up. Exhale when you get to the top. Now I want you to lengthen the legs out long to come into Paschimottanasana, or our forward fold position. We'll sit up tall here. If you have a strap and you have tightness in the hamstrings, please feel free to take a strap around the base of the feet and allow yourself to fold in. If you do not have the strap, just clasp where you can. That way you're able to at least get some kind of stretch within the hamstrings. So just come into that, that space where you need to be. Don't over push, don't push it. So we'll inhale, we'll lengthen up through the spine. And on the exhale, take the nose down towards the shin. Place the hands either on the shins, ankles, peace fingers around the toes, or clasp around the base of the feet, or use that strap like I was talking about. Nose towards the shins. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Lengthen the back of the neck. Allow the back of the body to grow heavy. Maybe as you get the breath a little bit deeper, you're able to fold a little bit deeper. Or maybe you haven't been able to fold deeply over time, but you're starting to see results now. It's all about the growth and the progress. The process that I love so much about yoga. We'll stay here for about 3 more breaths. When we inhale, release the clasp of the hands. Start to roll up the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, allowing the head to be the last thing to come up. From here, we're going to come into Baddha Konasana, or butterfly pose. So draw the heels in as close or as far away as you would like. So from here, we're going to clasp the outside edge. Actually, forgive me. We're going to take the hands up overhead. So we're going to kind of make this diamond type shape with our body. So we're going to inhale like we did before with expanding to the chest. Take the elbows wide. And then on the exhale, fold in. Take the elbows down towards the toes. Lengthen the back of the neck. Inhale, expand through the chest. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Take the elbows wide. Gaze up towards the ceiling. Exhale, Round the back of the body, take the elbows in, lengthen the back of the neck. Inhale, expand through the chest once more. Elbows come wide, gaze up towards the ceiling. Press into the ball mounds and the heels all at the same time. Exhale, rounding through the spine. And hold. Allow the back of the body to grow heavy. Don't press on the neck too hard. Just allow the hands to be kind of placed there. Allow gravity to do its work. Whether you can have the elbows completely on the mat or just allowing the body to hover. Release where you can. Allow the body to be soft where you can. 2 more breaths here. We're going to inhale, start to rise up. Really expand wide through the chest, taking the elbows wide once again. Exhale, release the arms by the side. We're going to lengthen the legs out long here. And we're going to come into kind of like a half Ardha Matsyendrasana, which typically the full version would be the left foot outside of the right hip and the right foot outside of the left knee. But instead, we're going to have the left leg out long and just the right foot over the left side of the knee. Left hand, and the right hand, I'm telling you, body parts mixing gets weird. Right hand comes outside of the right hip. Left arm comes around that right knee. From here, what we'll do is inhale, really grow tall up through the spine. And then on the exhale, we'll twist. Right shoulder goes back and down, gaze over the right shoulder. And breathe. Find that softness within the belly. That helps you twist. Don't allow yourself to really collapse into that right hand, but really just use it to press away from the mat so you can gain length. You don't want to sink into that shoulder joint at all. Three more breaths here. On the inhale, come through center. Exhale when you get there. Now allow that right knee to really come open just across and allow the right foot to come just onto the knife edge of that right foot. So you're just really allowing that right knee to fall over the left as comfortably as possible. Now if it's not comfortable for you, back out. You know, it's pretty much like a half Gomukhasana or half cow facing legs. From here, what we'll do is inhale, really lengthen up through the spine, and then exhale, either grab the base of the foot and keep the spine extended out along the softness in the back of that left knee, or you can really get a little bit of a deeper hamstring stretch by taking the forearms down to the mat and lengthening the back of the neck, and really allow the head to come in. You won't be able to come too far, but you'll at least be able to round through the spine. Rounding through the spine is what is going to give you the deepness in that hamstring stretch. And we'll hold here. Relax the shoulders, gliding those shoulder blades down the back of the body. Release any tension within the body that you may be holding. Two more breaths here. We'll inhale, rise up. Exhale when you get to the top. Uncross that right leg off the left, and then you're going to bring it to the inside of that left leg, coming into Janu Sirsasana. So from here, what we'll do is we'll come back into another forward fold position. So we'll inhale, lengthen up tall, and then on the exhale, either hands on the shin, ankle, peace fingers around the toes, or if you can bind all the way, please feel free to do so. So take the bind of your choice. Inhale, and exhale, fold. Release and lower back. Softness in the back of that left knee. Keep it there. A couple more breaths here. Inhale, rise up, releasing your clasp. Exhale when you get to the top. Now from here, I want you to stay in this Janu Sirsasana pose, but take the hands and I want you to walk yourself down, coming down onto the elbows, and once you're there, come lying flat on the back. Keep the right foot hugged into the inside of that left leg as best you can. And just lie flat on your back here. You can even interlace the hands behind the head, really just opening up through the body, the front side of the body. And more of a restorative type way, but it's still very effective. We'll probably stay here for about 10 breaths. Relax the shoulders. Allow them to fall away from the ears. Lengthen the tailbone down towards the end of the mat. Crown ascends towards the top of the mat. Two more breaths here. Release the hands underneath the head there. Then use the elbows to start to press you back up. Come up slowly, softly, giving yourself the time you need to sit yourself back up. Now lengthen that right leg out long. Scratch that again. We're taking the knees, feet back into Baddha Konasana or butterfly pose. Make a basket where you can with your hands. So pretty much interlace the hands around the base of the feet. We're going to inhale here, and then exhale, we'll fold. Again, rounding through the body, lengthening the back of the neck. So if you have a hard time coming into butterfly pose with the heels drawn in as close as I have mine, please feel free to extend the legs out a little bit longer. That is perfectly okay. And then allow the head to come in. 3 more breaths here. Inhale, start to roll up through the spine. Exhale at the top. So from here, the right leg will go out long, and then we're going to come into that half Ardha Madrasana like we did before with the left foot outside of the right knee. So like so. So what we'll do is left hand comes outside that left hip, wrap that right arm around that left knee, sit up tall, and then on the exhale, sink into your twist. Left shoulder goes back and down, gazing over that left shoulder. Really root down through this left big toe to help activate stability. Keep the right foot flexed. About 3 more breaths here. Inhale to unravel. Exhale when you get there. Now, once again, I want you to allow that left knee to kind of fall open and allow the left foot to come to the knife edge of that foot for our half Gomukhasana. So again, you can either grab around the base of the foot, but first, if you do that, I want you to inhale, really lengthening up through the spine and really keep a flat back in that position. So stay here. If you'd like to bring the elbows down to the mat, come a little bit further and get a little bit deeper of a hamstring stretch, round to the back of the body and allow the head to fall inwards towards the shin. And breathe. You'll also feel this on the outside of this left hip as well, or at least I do. Relax the lower back as you soften the shoulders. You find yourself picking up tension that you maybe once left off when you began. Make an active choice to let that go once again. Stay here for about 3, 4 more breaths. On the inhale, start to rise up. Exhale when you get to the top. So again, I want you to release that left foot or that left leg off the top of the right, coming into your John Usher Johnson, our seated tree posture, bringing that left foot to the inside of the right leg this time. So inhale to lengthen up through the spine, and then we'll take the hands, clasp the shin, ankle, or around the base of the foot. And take the nose down towards the shin. Bring that length in the back of the neck, allowing the shoulders to fall away from the ears. If you can clasp that left hand around the right wrist if that is comfortable for you. If not, choose the other options. Two more breaths here. You inhale, release your body. Roll up, stack vertebrae by vertebrae. And again, we're going to come to lying flat on our backs. So take the hands behind you and start to walk yourself back down. You come down to the elbows first, and then just lengthen the tailbone down towards the end of the mat and head up towards the top of the mat. Again, hands can come up underneath the head to stretch up through the chest in a more restorative fashion. And keep that left foot into the inner thigh of that right leg as best you can. Releasing that left hip. We have about 3 more breaths. Release the hands. And then take the hands outside the hips. Start with pressing the elbows to lift you back up. From here, we're going to come into almost like a sleeping turtle pose. So we'll take the feet into a diamond type position. So a little bit more extended than our Baddha Konasana or butterfly pose. What I want you to do is take the hands up underneath the calves as best you can. You can just rest them onto your mat or floor, or you can just grab your ankles and allow the head to come in. Resting here. Should feel really great in the lower back of the hips. And if it doesn't, back out slightly. Maybe take a few breaths and come back in. Two more breaths here. Start to bring the hands out from underneath the calves. Then I want you to inhale all the way up, stacking vertebrae by vertebrae. Exhaling at the top. From here, bring the knees together, extend the legs out long. We're going to come to lying flat on our back for our reclined twist. So just allow yourself to be lower down to the mat, whichever way you see possible, whichever way you like to do best. So from here, lengthen the left leg out long, bring the right knee and keep it bent. Extend the arms out into a Texas T position or come into cactus arms. Allow that right knee to fall heavy over the left. Gaze over the right shoulder. So nice supine twist to start to wind down our practice for Shavasana.
Inhale, bring the right knee back through center. Exhale when you get there. Lengthen the right leg out long and bring the left knee in. Stay with the arms wherever you would like, Texas T or cactus arms. Allow the left knee to fall heavy over the right. Gaze over the left shoulder. Reposition the hips if you need to. We're going to inhale, bring the left knee back through center. Extend both legs out long now, coming into Shavasana. So I want you to take the legs as wide as the mat or as wide as you would like. Take the arms wide. Take up as much space here as you need to. Start to soften the gaze and close the eyes completely. Allow them to fall heavy into the back of the skull. Unhinging the jaw. Allow the tongue to fall from the roof of the mouth. Relaxing the shoulders completely now. Allow softness to grow through the upper arm bones and the lower arm bones. Allow it to cascade into the wrist, into the fingertips. Circling back up the opposite side of the arms. Entering the chest. Allow this softness of the chest to descend down into the belly. Splitting ways and entering into the hips on either side. As it flows over each hip, it also enters into the quad muscles and the hamstrings and allowing them to become loose. Followed by the calves and the ankles, all the way down to the toes. As you rest in Shavasana.